Hello there, it's Rebel Black here from Bowerbirds, and this is your training on the lean or business model canvas. Now, I absolutely love this tool for getting great clarity in whatever it is that you're trying to articulate and clearly define. In this instance, we're using this for either a new idea, a new big idea, or for a business or enterprise development. It's totally up to you which lens you want to take here. It can be used for both. So, always starting on the left hand side, you can see that there's a dotted line down the middle of this page. This essentially means that on the left hand side of the document, we are focused on the product. So that's on you, that's on the product or service or business or enterprise. On the right-hand side, we've got the market, and this is the outside. So this is your competitors, it's your buyers, it's the activity that happens around those outside of you. So we can see this as like an inside-outside differentiation. The dotted line down the middle means that that's rectangle in the middle, the unique value proposition, actually relates to both. It's sort of the intersection. It's the place where both of those things meet. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I just wanted to give that setup that we're talking on the left-hand side about you, internal view, and on the right-hand side, we're talking about outside of you. That's a really easy way to just think about it. So you're going to work your way through this template, and essentially you're going to be defining the problem. Now, this tool is super helpful to do first before you start to build your pitch deck, because you'll actually see that quite a lot of what's required in developing this lean or business model canvas is then replicated in your pitch deck. So the problem is what we're going to define. So what are the top 3 problems? This could also be opportunity if you're more of an opportunity-focused idea or enterprise. But what are your top 3 problems or opportunities? We want to identify the customer segment that we're talking about, and what are the top 3 problems that they require solving. So we move to the right-hand side where we're talking about who our target customers are. Customer is someone that pays for your product or service. You really can't effectively build, design, or position a product for everybody. You want to hone in on specific customer segments, and then you'll know what their problems are and then what those problems that your product or service solves. So then the top 3 features of your product or service or business is where you play in the solution. So we don't fully define the solution. We just simply sketch out the top few features or capabilities that relate to each problem. So again, you're using customer segment to identify what the problems are for those customers, and then what the solutions that your product or service or a business provides to those problems. And you see how they relate together. Then your key metrics, you're going to identify the key activities that you're going to measure. That is like, what is it that you're doing that you're going to actually be able to put a measurement against? And then what is your cost structure? So what are your acquisition costs for your customers? So that's things like your marketing and sales. What are your distribution costs? What are your development costs for the product or service? For hosting, what are your people costs, etc. So what are the major cost centers that will be in this business, this enterprise, or in your product or service specifically? Then we're going to move to the right-hand side. We're going to look at what is your unfair advantage. What makes you very special? What cannot be easily copied or bought on the open market that only you can bring? Really important that you identify this. And then what are your channels to market? What is your pathway to your customers? This can be inbound or outbound. It might be direct or indirect. So this could be, for example, if you're selling a hard product, like a physical product, like a glass, your distribution channels. Where are you getting this from and how is it getting to your customer? So it might be that they're buying online. They're finding out about you through social media marketing. They're buying online through your Shopify store, and you have a drop ship set up where it is distributed from the a manufacturer direct to the customer via Australia Post, for example. So you've got social media, you've got online store, and you've got road-based distribution through Australia Post. So those are your channels. Hopefully that makes sense. Then what are your revenue streams? So you've got done costs. What are your revenue streams? So what's your revenue model? What is the lifetime value of your customers? So do they just buy once from you? Or are they buying from you over many months or years? In which case, how much is the total customer worth? What's your revenue goals? Where's the revenue coming from? Is it one product or service, or have you got multiple? Have you got income coming from different places? And what's your gross margin? What's the profit margin on the revenue? How much are you making in addition to the cost that it costs you to develop? So that's a really high level overview. You want to keep this really simple, and you want to at least, the thing about this is that it's not an entire business plan. This is the step before any other planning you might do. So this is an activity you want to do quickly, kind of the quick and dirty approach, we call it. So you want to maybe even put a timer on the clock for like 5 minutes and just get it all out. And then you might put another 5 minutes to just refine it a little bit further. And then another 5 minutes to refine it even further still. You might want to do a bit of research online, or look at your competitors, or look at what other people are doing, and then refine it again. But don't spend hours and hours tweaking and adjusting this. Do it in small 5-minute increments with some fresh eyes. Go away and come back to it again. Go and do some research, come back to it again. Go and check out your competitors and come back again, so that you're actually getting intelligence from other places and you're really refining and honing, but in short, sharp bursts. That's the best way to use this tool. Now, we come to the middle. This is your unique value proposition. This is a single, clear, compelling message that states why you are different and worth paying attention to. A good UVP gets inside the head of your customers and focuses on the benefits your customers derive from using your product or service. This is usually a single sentence at the most, 2 at the absolute limit, that really describes how you and your market, your product or your business and your market come together in a really powerful, potent, amazing way. So once you've got this lean canvas or business model canvas completed, you will then be able to develop strategic plans, business plans. You'll be able to do further customer segmentation that will be able to develop your marketing plan. You're also going to be able to further inform your vision and your mission, as well as probably also your values. Most importantly, you'll then also be able to develop your pitch deck to start being able to express this great idea or this great enterprise that you're developing to the people out there that you want to serve. Have fun with this process. If there's any support that you require, please reach out to us at bowerbirds.com and enjoy the journey. May your bower be blessed.